Welcome to this step-by-step guide on preparing your design for CNC routing. In this tutorial, we'll walk through everything you need from setting up your design in Autodesk Fusion to exporting your files for submission at the Fab Lab. Let's get started. Chapter 1, Fab Lab Requirements. Before we dive into the process, here are the basic rules. Rule number 0. Always use the correct units for your project. At the Fab Lab, we use inches for the CNC router. Rule number 1. Use components for each part of your design. In Autodesk Fusion, components allow you to organize your design into independent parts. Rule number 2. Use parameters for material thickness to ensure flexibility when updating the final material thickness. These steps will streamline your workflow and make it easier for student employees to review your project. Pro tip: you can use the shortcut Shift+N to toggle component colors. Chapter 2, Layout Setup. To begin your layout setup, we will move to the manufacturing workspace. Create a new manufacturing model and select Edit Manufacturing Model. Then, create a new component and sketch. The sketch should exactly match the stock material in the X and Y plane. Then, use the Arrange tool to nest CNC parts. The Arrange tool is located in the Modify dropdown. For the first tab, select the top face of the parts you want to arrange. Then select the sketch that represents your stock material. Also remember to set the following parameters. For frame width, set it to 1.5 inches to ensure enough space for clamps. For object spacing, set it to 1 inch to allow for tool clearance and tabs. Chapter 3, Create Stock Body. To define your stock material, edit the manufacturing model. Then activate the stock component. Finally, extrude the stock sketch to the height of the material. Unfortunately, the parameters from the design workspace do not carry over to the manufacturing workspace. To get around this, for extent type, change it to ToObject. Chapter 4, CNC Setup. Here's how to prepare your CNC setup. First, select the desired manufacturing model. Then, create a new setup. Next, let's adjust the stock settings. Go to the Stock tab and change the mode to From Solid, and then select the solid body that represents your stock material. Then, go back to the Setup tab. Select the origin location. The origin must be at the bottom of your material on the front left. Then, select the parts for CNC cutting. It helps to hide the stock component for easier selection. Chapter 5, 2D Contour Toolpath. If you hover over each toolpath, Fusion will provide a short description and an image of the toolpath. For this project, we'll be using a 2D contour. Select 2D contour. Then choose the correct end mill. For this project, we'll be using a compression end mill that provides clean top and bottom edges on the material. The product number for this is 46170. In the Feeds and Speeds section, select the preset that matches your stock material. For this project, we'll be using plywood. Then select the cut paths in the Geometry tab. Select the paths at the bottom of each part, and make sure to include interior paths. Then, we'll create tabs by enabling the tab section. Set the tab width to 0.5 inches and the tab height to 0.375 inches. If more support is required, use manual tabs. A Fab Lab technician will set up the height section. Now we'll update the Passes tab. Enable multiple depths with the maximum roughing step down of 0.3 inches. Once complete, click OK to save the toolpath. Chapter 6, Simulate Toolpath Operations. To review your toolpath, go to the top of the screen and select Simulate with Machine. Adjust your display options to improve readability. Then use the controls to step through the toolpath. Fusion provides play pause, next point, next operation, and end of toolpath. You can also adjust the speed by moving the dot on the slider. The green bar at the bottom is the timeline. You can use this to go to any point in the toolpath. Finally, Make edits as needed until the simulation runs as you intend. Chapter 7. Exporting your file. To export your file, go to File and then Export. For the file type, choose Autodesk Fusion Archive File or a .f3d. Finally, select Export to generate the file. And that's it. By following these steps, you're ready to submit your design for CNC routing. Thank you for watching.